That was 2 months ago. I delayed filing a report, which I did yesterday in Palmdale. The reason I delayed is I was on a trip out of the country, and I wanted to see where one of my brothers actually went in on the invasion of France and followed General Patton in Germany. So that's a moving event for me. So I didn't want to interrupt my plans on that trip. So they want to inform me that on Monday the 10th, I asked Palmdale Sheriff Station to take an assault report, stating my reasons for not doing so at the Lancaster Station because I wasn't sure if they wouldn't blow me off, or the city public safety officer had been once a sworn deputy. I believe he was acting under the color of authority as he displayed no badge on his chest. In the near future, I plan to file a complaint with the City of Lancaster clerk for financial compensation for Mr. Dorico's actions at National Night Out in Pierre Bain Park on August 2nd, 2011. I would hope my report will be treated in a fair and prejudiced manner and not end up as Mr. Aver's filing, which is way overdue and now 1 year old. One of the members of this commission sits on the staff once told me, "Lyle, many people judge you by the friends you keep," meaning no doubt my very good friend David Aver. I have no doubt whatever that he is the best friend that I have in this entire valley. And Mr. Jason made a statement about my demeanor at the National Night Out, talked about me staggering through and it looked like I was drunk. I offered to take a sobriety test, but the reason I was staggering, I'm sporting 2 brand new knees, and I'm still a little unstable, mentally too probably. So finally I should just like to, it should be noted by the public and the press that all of you serve at the pleasure of His Highness King Rex. So I don't expect my justice to be any better than Mr. Evers. Thank you.
Mr. David Abbott?
Good morning again. I do expect there to be justice in this situation. We've got a situation, first and foremost, you know, when I walk in here to your Justice Commission meeting, there's nobody at the door. There's nobody looking through bags. There's not the feeling in this room of animosity, a threat by the officers as there is at the city council meeting. Maybe, you know, the reason that is because the mayor stated a couple meetings ago that he's afraid for his safety. Are any of you commissioners afraid for your safety? Hearing no response, I would assume assume isn't a good word, but probably not, because you don't treat the citizens with disrespect and try to deny them, censor their speaking. Last night at the meeting, they don't want to televise the non-agendized items anymore because apparently the mayor doesn't want to answer to his past and probably present. He's relapsing addict on something, and maybe it's a little sensitive. Maybe we all need to get him into some rehab of some sort and address it. If he's got a problem, then maybe that's why he attacked me that day. Nobody really knows why he did. He's never spoke up to say that he hasn't. And one of the commissioners here, Mr. Greer, who gave me a song and dance in front of you guys on a couple of occasions, but I give him credit because he followed up with, well, I don't know what the merits are. So he kind of covered himself with the whole song and dance. He told me he was going to look into the situation. And he gave me another, he kind of blew me off, and he gave me a song and dance about his buddy that was the top attorney in the state, which wasn't exactly a real factual statement. The guy specializes in one area. But the bottom line being that Mr. Greer tried to tell me that, that this guy had viewed the video and it was self-defense and so forth and so on, or some kind of a double-talking situation, Unlike other commissioners that do take this very seriously, what's happened here to me. And all of you should take it very seriously. I don't walk up to you, Mr. Greer, you, Mr. DePel, the lady, you, or anybody in this room and shove you and swear at you and assume a fighting position. And if any of you did that, if I did that with any of you, I'm sure I'd be arrested. There's no doubt in my mind. And if you did that to me, you should be arrested, okay? And you should be held to the accountability. Like I said, I can walk in this room and there's no animosity. It's not that way at the council meetings. If everybody's afraid, put a metal detector out there, and then we can save on Captain Johnson's resources to have a half a dozen sheriffs in here. We got Cooper over here. We've got the ranger at the door. You know, I'm trying to make this a better community. Some people say that I'm negative, but, you know, maybe we've got some things that need to be addressed to get them into the positive area. Thank you very much for your time.
Mr. Robert Cherry.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Robert Cherry, and I would like to comment and address the issue on public safety. I would say I'm proud of the sheriff department on the public safety issue. They're doing a great job with helping the people in the community. As far as in the schools and parks and stuff, you know, going out and painting the building and arranging a place where young kids and the youth could go, you know, when there's nowhere to go, be out there. As far as like in the bus areas, you know, a lot of times just the presence of Lancaster Sheriff Department, it makes like criminals, you know, detour or, you know, stop from criminal thinking. As far as the safety of cleaning up the smoking sections, you know, where a lot of our elders are sitting at the bus stops and they don't like the smoke in their face. So, you know, a lot of that is being cleaned up and it's looking good out there in Palmdale and Lancaster. That's it.
Thank you. And Mr. Kiwi Frias. Okay. Public business from the floor and non-agendized items.
We request any person who would like to address the Criminal Justice Commission on non-agendized matters to complete a speaker card. You will find speaker cards on the back table of the council chambers. Additionally, we respectfully request that you fill the cards out completely and print as clearly as possible so that if necessary, the commission or city staff will be able to contact you either by phone or mail. State law prohibits the Criminal Justice Commission from taking action on items not on the agenda, and your matter will be referred to staff.
Thank you. We do have three speakers. The first one, Mr. David Paul.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, good morning. I come here mostly in the role of an observer. I heard a couple things today, frustration and budgets, and I don't know how you guys do it. Enduring the frustration, it's very frustrating to me to be out there doing your best and not being appreciated for it, and I appreciate everything you men do, and I want you to know that. The streets of Lancaster, and women, forgive me, the streets of Lancaster was incredible, and the city has done so many great things. I left a little early last night, and I didn't get a chance to thank the city for what they've done. This morning on the news, I learned that the Topeka, Kansas City Council last night voted to rescind their ordinance against domestic violence. They just don't have the resources to send police out to intervene in domestic violence, and that's the way of the world. Williamsburg, Pennsylvania is going bankrupt along with many other large municipalities. So we have challenges ahead of us that I know a lot of you foresee and most people don't quite understand. And That's why I'm most impressed with everyone's continuing commitment to making this a better community. I am impressed. Thank you.
David Haber?
Thank you again. If anybody wants to, I invite any of you to challenge my direct and straight frankness. I speak to all you. I don't backpedal. I'm going to stand my ground firm on the truth. Having said that, Mr. Franklin and I have had conversations in the past with respect to my case. And Mr. Franklin's indicated to me that the cases are chosen by the ability to win those cases. Well, Mr. Franklin, I'm going to put it on the record. If you have not seen the Channel 7 news broadcast of the mayor admitting, confessing to the crime of battery on me, then please take a look at it. So I don't know if you have or you haven't. And when you guys rejected this case, it was my understanding no one had viewed that video, Channel 7 News, Lancaster Mayor Jim situation, okay? He confessed to the crime, so if you can't get a conviction when the person is confessed on videotape, then we're really in a lot of trouble as the human race here to get convictions. He's confessed on video to the crime. The captain has confirmed there was a battery committed, so it's time to let's get the job done, Mr. Franklin. Let's get the case filed. Let's get the mayor held accountable for what he's done. Changing gears, I'm very, very concerned with the recent assault outside the building here on Mr. Grajeda by the public safety officer, as well as the events at the public safety night out. Mr. Talbot has every right to carry a sign saying whatever he wants, as long as it's not, lewd and filthy, and I'm sure you can even do that, but, he had a right to carry that sign that day, and he shouldn't have been put in a situation that he wasn't accused of being drunk, when I know for a fact I was with him that day and he wasn't drinking, and he offered to take a sobriety test. I didn't witness Mr. Grajeda's attack by Mr. Dorico, but I understand that there was an officer standing there that day. Same officer that had arrested Mr. Grajeda. We can't have our officials attacking, acting under the color of authority, committing assault and battery on the citizens. This has got to stop. If the mayor's afraid, step down. You guys don't have bodyguards and none of the other council people, because they're not afraid, because they don't threaten people and you guys don't attack people. It's time that justice be handed out in this town. You guys want a great community? Let's start by holding the mayor accountable and all other people that attack people, that attend city council meetings, so forth and so on. Thank you very much for your time.
David G.
Okay, I want to talk about the case that I have against me, or that I filed against Lee Dorico. There were two witnesses. One happened to be a deputy. I'm not pleased with what's going on as far as how they're treating me, and you know as well as I do how you're treating me. Parris. You decided to send a chain of command after me first, and then I had to search my way up until I ultimately ended at you, and you, in result, blackmailed me, And I brought that up. I pulled out some evidence on that, and I just released a second tape today in regards to that. But I also found out some interesting information. What is your relationship with my girlfriend? How do you know my girlfriend?
David.
Okay, no.
You're addressing the commission.
All right. Well, I'm addressing him. He's a captain, and I have an issue. He's a public safety official.
Then do that outside there. But we're
And this is my public comment,
address the
okay?
commission.
Now, why is she asking me that she had a conversation between her brother-in-law, who so happens to be a sheriff, not just any sheriff, but he deals with the press a lot, and I don't want to bring up his name, but I don't understand why you contacted that man, since you've never met my girlfriend, and you have no idea who she is, why you contacted that man who happens to work for the department that you used to work for in Palmdale, and had a conversation about this blackmail incident. And I hope you're paying attention to this, Mr. Franklin, because this is very serious to me. Now you bring
David,
in
I'll ask you again to
you understand
address
that?
the
And you brought in his family. Now he's going to have to answer to that on this little conversation that you said that you're trying to help me out. So how did that try to help me out?
David,
Yes.
please address the commission. You're not allowed to do that.
I am allowed
You're not
to address
allowed to do
policies
that
and
and grill these
procedures and
people.
criticize any
No,
public
you can
official.
criticize anyone
That
that
is
you
a-
want.
Is this not a standing
You will
committee?
not
Is this not a
sit
committee?
here
Is
and
his
grill
name
these
not
people.
there? Is his name not there?
You will not
I am
grill
telling
these
you, this
people.
man is stalking me, and I'm being accused of stalking, and you guys are trying. How am I supposed to act rational when I find out this information? How dare you assault me?
Call for a
I'm leaving.
5 minutes.
How dare you guys? And you're involved in it. You were in the office in the blackmail. You were there. Why don't you talk about Justin Fletcher and Jared Holmes coming to my house under your orders, right? Is that what it is?